Misty mountain, rainbow sky, a faraway look in your eye. Tell me, have you had enough? Traffic jams and city stuff. Don't you think it's time to go where black bears climb and waters flow? Hummingbirds out on the deck, your feet propped up, and what the heck? You'll love how we live here in these mountains. Everything is gonna be alright, and we all wave hello here in these mountains. Life is good, we sleep well at night. It's alright, the mountain life. Load 'em up and head this way to the bright red Georgia clay. From Notley down to Carter's Lake, all the memories to make. So much here for all to see, a land that is so dear to me. Welcome home to all your dreams, hot rod Fords and crystal streams. Now you'll love how we live here in these mountains. Everything is gonna be alright. We all wave hello here in these mountains. Life is good, we sleep well at night, and it's alright, the mountain life. It's alright, the mountain life. Y'all come by and see us anytime you can.
Good morning. Y'all are supposed to be sitting at home saying, oh, she looks younger. She looks refreshed. She looks like she took 2 days off. I took 2 days off and rested up in the mountains, but I really didn't rest, but I had such a relaxing time, and you're going to get to benefit from my staycation. A staycation means you spent the night. I spent nearly 2 nights, but decided the second night to come home because I had a little issue that I had to deal with. My tummy went crazy. So, but the 2 days, it was wonderful. I just said, chill. It is chilling time. It was so wonderful. But this weekend, so many things happened in our nation. So many things happened in our communities. So many things happened that we have to pray for each other. You know that prayers are answered. We have seen it over and over and over. And if you have seen anything about the holiday news, you know that Texas had a horrific storm. It compares to Helene, but it was just in a smaller area. But oh my gosh, the loss of lives, children and camp counselors and so many people. I think the last number I heard was like 79 people have their bodies have been recovered. We have to pray for these families. These were little girls, 8, 9, 10, 12 years old, and they went to camp like I used to take my kids to 4-H camp and Rock Eagle, and they'd all get on a school bus. You'd send them away for a week. You'd go pick them up when they got back home. These children nobody ever saw this coming. And I don't understand how the flash flood happened as fast as it did, but we understand the strength and the power of water. We also understand the strength and the power of prayer. So will you please pray for Texas? Pray for all the victims. Pray for the survivors, because you know there's something when you survive a traumatic incident that many lives were lost. That's an emotional breakdown, and it's going to be very, very hard for the survivors, because they will remember their friends, they'll remember their counselors. So please pray for all of them. Also, if you've been watching the news, you know that there was a horrific boat accident on Lake Nottely. Now this is the thing that, you know, I took the boys out last year. We got on a pontoon and we spent a couple of hours on the lake, and you're going to get to see the video in full because the Georgia Mountain Fair special is ready, and you're going to get to see that. When we were on that boat, we were relaxing, we were eating fried chicken, just having a good time. I don't think we ever thought of disaster on water, and I don't know if I've ever even thought about something like this. But this boat exploded with a family on board. One of the children has been released from the hospital, although their legs are bandaged up, and recovery time will be, I'm not sure about that one. But one of the young kids is in the hospital at the Grady Burn Center in Atlanta, where they expect the child to be there at least 6 months. 83% of their body was 3rd-degree burns. That means that God was on board and God helped the dad rescue his son. This is what we're going to pray for. We got to pray for all of these people, because the survival of this child is certainly a miracle, because they said they were totally engulfed in flames, and the dad somehow, with volunteers, with help, with people running in, they got this child out of this burning boat. And wow, that is God. That is God showing up on the scene. So please continue to pray for that family. And you know, the next 6 months will go by quickly for us. The time will fly, and then we'll realize it's Christmas and Christmas time. But the child is going to be in the hospital, so they have set up a GoFundMe, and I'll get you all that information that we can share with you in a day or so, because this family is going to need help. They're going to need support. They're going to need prayers. It's going to take a miracle to get them through this, and a miracle got them where they are, because this kid made it. Now, COVID took so many lives of people we loved. And COVID took the life of one of Freddie's cousins that I adored, Chris Hyde. He was just the sweetest guy, loved him to death. He and Angel were married. They had the love of their life. That is her new love of her life. And she has survived and recovered from losing Chris. It is so hard to say goodbye. COVID took so many of our loved ones way too young. But I'm so thankful that she found love again, and she has moved on. And she and Russell got married this weekend up here in the country, and it was just, it's amazing to see life after death, because she could have just sat around and cried and been depressed, but she had to go on living. You can't sit around and mourn those who are gone. I've tried it, doesn't work. You have to move on with life, and so congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Russell Kruger. Happy day. That is so cool. And it is so cool that she got to live a happy life again, because leaving the hospital, Chris was 44 years old. He was a healthy, robust, happy, traveling all the time. They had the best life, and then there she was, a widow. And no thank you, COVID. COVID did that to a lot of people. But it's so good to see that she has moved on, and they have. I love watching their travels, because they have some great travels. Now that's our travels, because the travels ended up at Georgia Mountain Fair, and there's a reason. It is the 75th anniversary of the Georgia Mountain Fair, and I wanted to showcase their fireworks, and we did. Now this is the first site that we were on, and this was awesome, right down by Lake Chateau. Perfect, beautiful, the setting was great. And then it was time to go up and watch the fireworks, and so we left this beautiful site and we went up to the top of the hill, where we joined in with a whole lot of really nice people, met some amazing, wonderful people. Now that There's a picture you'll never see again. There's two Sherry Martins, and she spells her name just like me. We laughed, and it was the sweetest thing. We had tables set up side by side, and I said, there can't be two of us, and she said, yeah, there is. So happy day to the other Sherry Martin. It was so much fun. Met some nice people and really enjoyed that 2 days of just chilling, not going out to eat, not doing anything stressful. And then you're going to get to see this sweet lady. This came off my Facebook page. Can you tell that? And there is Miss Georgia Mountain Fair 2025. And we are going to show an interview with her. She's precious. She's a nursing student at UNC, University of North Georgia, UNG, and she is excelling, of course, and she works, she's going to college, and she's smart as a whip and just sweet as can be. So you're going to get to see an interview with her today. Precious. And this is one of the scenes. Y'all have got to go to Hamilton Gardens. Hamilton Gardens is absolutely stunning. It's been at the Georgia Mountain Fair for over 40 years. Their big peak time is April through May, because that's when the rhododendron are in bloom and everything's just gorgeous. And right now they have multiple things in bloom, but it's a great walking trail. And for all you walkers who want to get out and you want to see something different, if you want to take a hike, it's like a 1 mile hike down to the lake. And it has enough grade that you're going to get your exercise in. Trust me, you're going to get your exercise in. But we had just such a fun time. Everybody had tables set up and had front row seats for the fireworks. This is about as good as you can get for the seats for the fireworks. And it was awesome. When we got there, it was like 2 o'clock, and people were already setting up out on the terraces so they could see the fireworks, and it was like 2 in the afternoon. It didn't start till 9:45, so for 7 hours and 45 minutes people sat out there waiting on the fireworks. Was it worth it? Yeah, it was. Yes, it was. It was absolutely beautiful, and it was so cool. And to be a part of helping Hamilton Gardens, because Hamilton Gardens is a nonprofit that is located at the fairgrounds, and you can walk through there, you can wander, you can take photographs. It's a beautiful place for wedding receptions. It's a beautiful place for weddings. It is booked far in advance, but occasionally they have an opening. So if you're looking for a venue to have an event, it's just, the photography there is awesome, beautiful, and what a great backdrop for weddings. So, and right over there is where the motorhome ended up parked for the second time after we moved from the lake, because this way you have a view of the mountains. So you can choose, do you want to see the water or do you want to see the mountains? And we got a little bit of both, so it was really cool. And again, this is located at the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds, celebrating their 75th anniversary. So happy anniversary, you folks who work so hard. And Betty, do they work hard, because the place was packed. Now, look at that bush behind them. Is that not just the most beautiful thing you ever saw? And the gardens were just full of stuff like that. And it was just, it's so pretty and such a beautiful place. If you want to take family photos, you're welcome to go up there and do that. It's just beautiful. And again, it is nonprofit. So if you're looking at a way to make a donation, put your money to work without being taxed on it, please consider giving a donation to Hamilton Gardens at the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds. And it's beautiful. Now that was what I ate on all weekend, and that might be why my tummy went crazy, because I ate a lot of fruit. My tummy went crazy. But it was such a nice 2 days of just resting, relaxing, looking at the mountains. A little bit emotional, because when we got to Inspiration Park, which is now called the Great Smoky Mountain Park, yeah, kind of tough, because my sister went there every year for 40 years and loved it. I would love for her to have been there, but she's watching from heaven, so I think that might have been a better seat than we had. So, and that, if you're looking for fresh, garden fresh grown tomatoes in Ball Ground, Georgia, right across the street from Calvin Farmer Park is Uncle Shorty's house, and let me tell you what he has. He has rows and rows and rows of tomatoes, and you just go up there, you leave $5 in a little bucket, you load up your tomatoes, they're sitting there in a basket, put them in a bag, take them home with you, make yourself tomato sandwiches. And when you eat the first $5 worth, then you go back and get more, or you do like me and you buy $10 worth at a time, which I did. And oh my gosh, they're so good. They are so, they almost taste like sunshine going in your mouth. They're just refreshing. So if you're looking for local grown tomatoes, y'all see them salt shakers? Those are my great grandma's salt shakers. I bet some of y'all have some of those too. I love them. I love them. I actually have two sets. I have my great grandmother's and my grandmother's. But love them. Those were the salt shaker of the day way back when. And I can remember sitting there at her table, and there wasn't much. There was a quart of syrup on her table and the salt and pepper shakers, and that was about it. And then she'd fix supper. Now, there's some of the views we saw this weekend. And because I know a lot of our viewers don't get to go out and don't get to travel like we do, I wanted to share the travels with you. I want you to sit back today and enjoy a little bit of the mountain life, because this is what the mountain life is about. Now, we went the back roads until we got right into Towns County, and then only a couple of miles of a big road to the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds. I loved going the back roads. There were miles and miles and miles that you met, maybe one car, two car, three cars. It was amazing. So if you have not taken a back roads trip in Georgia, it's very, very simple to do. And we did it going out Roy Road, and then we went out to Double Head Gap, is that what it's called? And then we went, it's just crazy, but your GPS will tell you to go the other way, go the other way, go the other way. No, go the back roads. Don't pay attention to that little woman in the box, because what does she know after all? She'll get you lost, and she'll stir you up, because she'll send you over there to the big road. Nobody needs to be on the big road. Nobody needs to be on the big road. So don't forget about that. Get out and take the back road. Now is a beautiful time to see it, because you don't see a lot of, not a lot of flowers or anything, but tons and tons of greenery, and just beautiful. Now this is a tree that is in ball ground. It has been there a long, long time, and it has made it through all the storms that have come through there. I took this picture because I'm hoping that it continues to make it through the storms. We've had a lot of storms. We have had a lot of storms, and a lot of big, beautiful oaks have fallen. And when those trees fall, they can't be replaced in my lifetime, probably not in your lifetime. So, you know, we know that that's going to happen. So I think it's really cool to get out with your camera and capture the things that are special to you, because tomorrow you could wake up and they could be gone. They could be gone, but I love that tree. I've always loved that tree. I just think it's so pretty. And it's providing a lot of shade and just a lot of, hey, feel good stuff. Now this is on Lake Chatuge, and the boys and I went up and we did a little special y'all are going to get to see, and it's on this beautiful lake. And the cool thing about this beautiful lake is it was on a Monday, and I think there were 3 boats out there besides us. It was very peaceful, very quiet. Very different this weekend. This weekend, it actually looked like 285 in Atlanta on the lake, because there were boats going in every direction. And one of the things that happens when they get too many boats on the water and there's drinking and boating involved, sometimes bad things happen. Thank goodness we haven't heard of any boat crashes in our area because drinking was involved. But on Lake Lanier, I think there were a couple. And there was a young man, 30 years old, who lost his life on a boat. I'm not sure what happened, but he went in the water and didn't come back out. They did recover his body. If you are on water boating, please use every boating safety standard you've ever heard of. Get your life jacket, keep your life jacket on if you don't know how to swim very, very well, or if you even know how to swim, because if it knocks you out, if something happens, you need your life jacket on. So please boat safely. There's still a lot of boating days left this year. So please, if you are out boating, do it safely, and think about other people. So be very considerate. And you know, that's something I didn't see a lot of this weekend. I saw a lot of nasty drivers Because if you're going up the road in an RV, you're usually a little slower than most because, you know, it takes power to pull them and you're a little slower and you're trying to save a little fuel because it uses a lot. But this is Singing in the Mountains, where we finally arrived after a lot of cars went around us and got kind of nasty because we were going slow. But anyway, this is the McCamey's legacy. We all know that Peg is gone, but it is so cool to see them back on stage doing what they did for all those years. And it was very enjoyable to see them back together. It was just beautiful. This is, as the sun is setting, we see this weekend, the sun sets, we wake up the next morning to a sunrise, and your life could be totally changed. And this weekend was one of those weekends. A family was hit at Loving Road and lives were lost. And as I understand it, alcohol was involved, not the family that was hit, but the person who was driving. I don't know all the details, but I know that the 4th of July is supposed to be a happy time for family and friends to get together. Do not drink and drive. We've seen it happen over the weekend. We've seen lives lost. Please, if you're gonna drink, stay at home, stay at somebody's boathouse, somebody take their keys, quit letting people get on the road drinking and driving, because it changes lives. With a sunset and a sunrise, lives are gone. So think about that. Now this is in Blue Ridge, coming out of Blue Ridge, and it was so pretty. It was just the end of a good 2 days off, and it was kind of weird not to go to work for 2 days because, you know, when I'm not here, I'm at Malone's Pond, and I'm there 7 days a week, and I love every second of it, but it was kind of cool. Now, if you're looking to buy you a Ellijay, I'm going to have this thing for sale, but I'm also selling the house that goes with it. It is a house at Lake Lanier. Beautiful home, big home, right on the water with a boat dock and 2 slips for your jet skis, or 2 platforms for your jet skis. Absolutely beautiful. It is in a really good location because it's very near the outlet malls. It's about like 7 minutes to the outlet malls, and it's just in a wonderful area. So pick up the phone and call me at 404-375-0590. If you are looking to live the lake life, this isn't the mountain life, this is the lake life. You know, Dwight needs to make a song about lake life. He's written about mountain life. Surely he can write about a lake. But it's a beautiful home, and has been a home to a family for over 20 years, and now time to move on. And it needs to be some other large family's home. So lots of space, huge great room. The great room is almost too big. It's huge. It'll take you half a day to dust it and to vacuum it. It's big. It's really big, but it's really cool. There are 3 fireplaces in the house, and I did this shot because I want you to see from the bedroom, you can see the lake. I mean, you just look out the window, you have a screened-in porch that shows the lake. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful. And again, it's on the market. Pick up the phone and call me, and I would love to show you this beautiful house. And with it comes a little peace, a little quiet, a little laid back time, and yeah, 3 fireplaces. So yeah, you can warm up or you can cool down. You can cool down in the lake, or you can warm up in front of a fireplace. But it's a beautiful home. And again, it's one of those homes that you're like, that's a lot of house to take care of, but it has potential. If you're looking at something for an Airbnb, perfect house for that. Perfect house for that. So there you go, and there's that beautiful lake. Well, we have had a crazy weekend, y'all. It was so cool to have really, really good weather, and the mountains were clear and crisp and beautiful. And then we get to Hiawassee. Been there about maybe 4 hours, I guess, when the storm came through. And it was like everybody was out there, all these people were waiting on the fireworks, and this huge black cloud appears. We can't do anything about it. You just suck it up, and you just sit there, and you just wait on it to go by. About 45 minutes to 55 minutes, the storm came through, left a lot of rain. The skies cleared, and it was absolutely beautiful for fireworks night. And I posted those fireworks on my Facebook. I actually went live with that. Beautiful, beautiful job. thank you to the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds. They did a great job. Now in just a few weeks, you're going to get to see a laser show in the same location. Now this is why you take the Backroads, guys. See this? See this scenery? You can't see this in all places of the United States. Not everybody has mountains, but we have mountains, and this is at the Georgia Mountain Fair. This is at Hamilton Gardens. This pavilion, you can do a wedding there, you can have receptions there, you can do showers there, you can rent it in advance, but it is just a good time to go to the mountains. But take your time, take a back road, don't drive crazy. It's like I used to tell Speaker of the House David Ralston, can you get me a big billboard put up at 108 and 515 that says, welcome to the mountains, now slow down and enjoy it. Slow down and enjoy life, because there's so much out there. Get in your car, fill your car for gas, and take this ride. Take a mountain road ride and just enjoy it. It's so beautiful. And nowhere is as pretty as Georgia is right now. I'll just put us up against anybody. So it was a fun trip. And a lot of this footage you will see edited after Trace does his magic with it and puts it with some of Dwight's music. So I did this kind of as an intentional, so we'd have a little footage to do some really cool old-timey mountain songs, because we know the man who can do those old-timey mountain songs. We'll probably share another song or his today too, if we have time, but we're going to take a commercial break. And when we come back, you're going to get to meet that beautiful lady who is Miss Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds 2025. It's always special to be the queen of the fair, but when you're queen of the 75th fair, that's pretty cool. So you're going to get to meet a beautiful young lady who not only holds the title of a beauty queen, she holds the title of a nursing student who is going to be a nurse very soon. So we'll be back shortly.
Whether you're in the mood for chicken strips, a delicious burger, our classic banana split, or an upside-down thick blizzard treat, we've got you covered. Hot and fresh food every day, every time, and delicious DQ soft serve make the perfect pair at your favorite place. Not fast food, fan food fast. Your Blue Ridge, Ellijay, and Jasper Dairy Queens are your meet, eat, and treat headquarters.
Thank you for choosing DQ. How may I serve you?
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We can't play about our future or our finances. Make moves, set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up, stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things. This is pre-tirement.
See us anytime you can.
Whether you're swimming in the sea or splashing in the pool, making a masterpiece, or just making memories, writing a great American novel, or writing your term paper that's due tomorrow. Whatever you do in life, Farmers is here to protect it. For all your insurance needs, call Donald Curtis in Blue Ridge.
Once again, I want to ask y'all to please pray for the victims of the boat that exploded. One of the kids is in a medically induced coma, which is a good way to heal, because we've all burned our hands, we've burned our legs, we've had a burn. A burn hurts, and imagine to have 3rd-degree burns over a lot of your body. But he is expected to make a full recovery, so can we please help him recover by praying, praying, praying? Please put this family on all your church prayer list, and please pray for a complete healing. They do expect it to be a 6-month time period, and again, I'll get you the information to possibly help with the GoFundMe. If we could do that, that would be wonderful. So I want to introduce you now to a beautiful young lady who just happens to be Miss Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds 2025, which is the year that they celebrate 75 years. In 75 years, the Georgia Mountain Fair has brought more money and more economic help from the Florida line to the South Carolina line to the Georgia line to the Tennessee line. All the states that enter and come into Georgia to go to the Georgia Mountain Fair, people stop and buy gas, they stay in motels, they eat in your restaurants, they shop in your stores because they're going to stop, and if they're RVing, they're going to fill up their camper with all kinds of food and goodies from your stores. So when you think about the economy of Georgia, the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds has been a big part of bringing in a lot of dollars, millions and millions and millions of dollars. And so it is very important that we keep supporting them and that we keep attending the events. They have all kinds of events all year long, from car shows to rodeos to wine tastings to just a crazy good variety of musicians. And I talked to somebody who saw the Creedence show, and it's a Creedence wannabe show, but they said they were as good as Creedence, just fantastic. So if you get an opportunity to go to the Georgia Mountain Fair, pick out a concert, go to a concert, maybe go up and spend the night somewhere and just enjoy the area, because the area is beautiful. It is beautiful. And here's a beautiful young lady that's going to tell you a little bit about herself. Ray of Sunshine walked in, and her name is
Kinley.
And you are
Miss Georgia Mountain Fair 2025.
Miss Georgia Mountain Fair 2025. Now, what did it take to become Miss Georgia Mountain Fair 2025?
Well, for me, it took a lot of courage and convincing from my mama.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
There's always a mama pushing you.
Definitely, and she pushes me to do all the things that I possibly can. And this was something that for me, I've looked forward to since I was a little girl. I can remember growing up and seeing the parade and going to events here. So definitely the courage to just be able to get up on stage and be my authentic self. Mm-hmm. And just honestly putting yourself out there is the biggest challenge into becoming Miss Georgia Mountain Fair, because it's not just the pageant, it's realizing that you're interacting with the entire community.
Absolutely.
And you have to be comfortable in yourself as a person. So this was definitely a learning curve for me, and definitely a lot of self-growth went into it. Outside of just putting on a dress and walking across the stage, there's so much more to it.
I was going to say, besides being absolutely stunningly gorgeous,
Thank you.
is there a talent part to this?
There is. It's not required. That bode well for me, because my shower head and my steering wheel are about the only audience that needs to be hearing me sing.
Uh-oh, okay.
I definitely was not blessed in the talent area, but they have a talent portion that's optional. We did have one girl in the pageant that sang this year, and she did a Benson Boone song, and I'm a big fan of him, and I think she did wonderful with that song. That in and of itself takes a whole lot of guts to be able to get up and perform in front of people. So kudos to the ones that do it. I was cheering her on from the backstage and dancing around, probably looking a little odd, but I was having a great time. And
that's cool that you supported her, though. That's awesome. Yeah, that's what it's about. That's really what life is about. Yeah.
The girls that I, did the pageant with, I don't even want to use the word like competed with, just because that doesn't really encapsulate it. We were texting and asking what are you wearing for your interview? Do you think this is going to look okay? It wasn't like we were competing against each other. It honestly felt like we were just bonding.
Yeah,
we
that's awesome.
all got together and got along so wonderfully from the jump that we have a group text, and even after the pageant, we were texting each other, congratulating each other, and just talking.
Yeah.
So it's not like, I think people hear the word pageant and, you know, you're competing in a pageant and they think it's this catty thing.
Nasty little girls. Yeah.
It's not. And I think especially with the age division that's specifically for the pageant, I think that's a really good age because you've come to understand that people are different, and it's good to embrace that difference. I learned a lot about myself from the other girls and them encouraging me in areas where I was like, well, maybe I shouldn't, you know, maybe I should cover up the twang of my voice, because I know there's a lot of people that are like, okay, can you repeat that for me?
Yeah.
But they encouraged me to be my authentic self, and I hope that I was, you know, just as
Honey, you're in the
for
mountains.
them.
If you were anything besides authentic, people would not welcome you.
Fair enough.
Because it's got to be the real deal, and you are truly the real deal. And let me ask you this: have you ever watched the movie Miss Congeniality?
I have.
Did you crack up at her?
Yes.
Is that not a great movie?
I love that. Me and my parents were both talking about it right before the pageant.
Yeah.
Because Dad was like, look, here's what to do and what not to do.
I love it. I love it.
I love it. It's a staple in our household.
Yeah.
We love that movie.
So what's in your future?
In my future right now, outside of doing all the events here, which I'm beyond stoked for, I'm currently enrolled in college at UNG, so I'm pursuing my degree in nursing.
Good.
So I'll have my pharmacology classes and all of my basic medicinal courses coming up, and of course my clinicals that go along with it. So pretty much just education and work for the time that's not here.
Are you going to the Blue Ridge campus?
No, I'm down in Dahlonega.
Okay.
I got me a little drive going on.
You do, yeah.
But it's so beautiful.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the people there, it reminds me a lot of Hiawassee, and that's why I ended up picking to go there. I kind of wanted to see what it was like to be out on my own.
Yes.
But close enough to where if I wanted to come home and spend the weekend with my family, I could.
Yeah.
And that bodes well with, you know, the title and being able to be like, yeah, I can come to this event on a Friday.
Yeah.
I'll be here at this time. I get out of class at 3. I'll see you then. So
There you
I'm
go.
very fortunate.
There you go. Okay, I'm going to ask you this because we came the back roads from Ball Ground. It took us twice as long as if we had jumped on 515, but if you drive to Dahlonega every day, don't you see something beautiful and new every single day?
Oh, yeah.
If you go the back roads, that is Georgia. That is what Georgia really is.
It's Georgia untouched for sure.
Yeah,
I always
yeah.
take the back roads. It may take me a little bit longer, but in my opinion, it almost feels safer than being on the main roads.
Yeah.
I'd rather, if my biggest worry is having to look out for wildlife, I will take it any day. And especially like once it gets towards the fall, seeing everything change and the colors, I think that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Just honestly taking in the view. It's me, my radio, and the view when I'm driving. So I love it.
So now you have to tell people, but don't tell everybody because then the roads will be packed. It'll be me and you and all those other people.
Oh, yeah.
So don't tell everybody. Just tell the people you like about the back roads. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, thank you for doing this, and congratulations. You are so precious, and I know that everybody is very, very happy that you are representing Towns County and Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds. Thank you so much. Now, we left the Georgia Mountain Fair and we headed to Singing in the Smokies, and the plans were to go up there and get a little videos of the music and to hang out and possibly spend the night. Well, that didn't quite happen because my tummy was going crazy. Did y'all see all that fruit I ate? So I ate lots of fruit because it's healthy and it's also tough. So it was a weird day. But thank you to Natasha, who is one of the Parton family. Thank you for the videos. And we're going to share some of this music with y'all now. If you were ever lucky enough to go to Singing in the Smokies when it was at Inspiration Park, which is not Inspiration Park anymore, it is the Great Smoky Mountain Park, it still has events. It still has a beautiful, really a nicer venue. And it's a little different because it almost, I don't know why they moved it from one side of the mountain to the other, because when Archie would sing and you could hear that beautiful tenor voice going up against the mountains, I don't know why they chose the difference, because they moved it from over here to over here, but it seemed to work. The place was packed out. It was packed out, it was beautiful, and it was hot as it can be. Hot, really, really hot. There was a lot of sweat going on there, but the stage was full of amazing talent. And we're going to share some of that talent with y'all right now. Thank you, Natasha.
The lights of home, I can see him on the throne. That's not bad. I'm too near, oh, to turn back now.
Something I'll never find. I'll try to lighten my load, but all that I've got to show is 700 things on my mind. Oh, I'm seeing visions of a crystal clear river where sin's forgotten without a trace. More than I'll ever dream, my eyes wanna see. The look of love on my Savior's face. I wanna know how it feels to make my way down the streets of gold. I wanna know how it feels to have a talk with the saints alone. I wanna know what it's like to rest my feet on the river of life. I've heard of heaven and I know that it's real. I wanna know, I really know how it feels to make my way down the streets of gold. I wanna know how it feels to have a talk with the saints alone. I wanna know what it's like to rest my feet on the river of life. I've heard of heaven and I know that it's real. I wanna know how it feels. I've heard of heaven and I know that it's real. I wanna know how it
Often you've heard me say, welcome to where rivers, mountains, and good friends meet. This weekend, a lot of good friends met up on the mountain at Singing in the Smokies. It was an amazing, amazing time, and it was an amazing time to see just where did people come from. And I went through the parking lot, and I'm taking pictures of people's video of their car tags. And I'm like, holy cow, they drove from here, they drove from here, they drove from here. Gospel music is worldwide. Gospel music just isn't about the mountains, But we know we have some of our favorite artists, from Barry Scott to the Parton family, that we absolutely love. How many years did we enjoy the Parton family here? And we still do on ETC in reruns. And that is the cool thing about gospel music. It doesn't ever go away, and it doesn't ever get old. It's the same thing every time you listen to that song. I can't tell you how many times I've heard Karen Peck do that, and it still brings cold chills to me. It is amazing. So that's what gospel music is about. It is about gathering people who have like minds, who believe in God, and who want to make the world a better place. Gospel music just makes you feel good. And when I was walking through and looking at people's tags, I thought, man, people came from everywhere. And it was so weird because, you know, they didn't have this thing for several years, and then they put it back together. And they put it back together, it was like nobody ever left here, you know, and it just, people were back. I love that. I love that they drove from Florida, they drove from Kentucky, they drove from Indiana. They drove from everywhere to see and be a part of Singing in the Smokies. And again, thank you very, very much to Natasha for giving me her footage to use, because without it, we wouldn't have gotten those great songs, because I was not in real good shape. So it was just a crazy weekend, but it was such a good time of peace and enjoyment. And you know, Cherokee, North Carolina isn't like it used to be. It used to be packed. It used to be a really place where you get aggravated with traffic. We went through there this weekend, went to the Dairy Queen, loved that local Dairy Queen, spent a little time there, then go up to the park. Get out and enjoy these mountains that are within 3 hours of home. The total trip was 360 miles, and 360 miles in 2 days, a little here, a little there, and all the things that you see, from the rivers, the mountains, the beautiful streams, and got some footage of the Nantahala, which was really cool because it was sideways, and yes, my sweet sister, it does make you dizzy looking at it. But it was just relaxing, and that's what we all need. Sometimes you're having a stressful day and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't stand any more of this, I can't stand any more of these crowds, I can't stand any more of the pressure of work. Take a day off and go to the mountains and do something that you will enjoy with your friends or with your family, and just enjoy it. Just enjoy these mountains. These mountains are free of charge. They are open to everybody, and again, get out and do the Backroads. Now, there's somebody who knows a lot about the Backroads of Gilmer County. There's somebody who knows a lot about the Backroads of Morganton, because he went up there a bunch of times helping haul off the stuff that we did in an estate sale. There's tons of stuff to learn about the mountains. One place you can be sure you're going to learn is right here on ETC, when you hear the music of that mountain man, Mr. Ellijay. So we're going to go to one of his original songs. Sit back, be prepared to tap your toes a little bit, and you might even want to get up and dance. So here we go.
Hey, baby, come over here. I feel good. I got my best jeans on. I feel fine. I'll call my baby on the phone. We're going down to Jamie's and watch them shoot a game of 9. Jackie Dunn will be there in his ragtop 59. My grill is clean. There's an 8-track in the dash of my machine, and I know every single line. Yeah, Susie's got her dress on, hanging high above her knees. And when she smiles for the Nikon, you know it's such a sight to see. Raise it on up a little bit. It's Friday night in the southern city lights. Wheels will turn and the rubber's gonna burn. The glass packs are racking, the power play is screaming loud. We'll cruise the red dot parking lot and see who all is in the crowd. 'Cause 'cause I feel good. I got my best jeans on, it's all fine. I'll call my baby on the phone. We're going down to Jamie's and watch him shoot a game of 9. Jackie Dunn will be there, and you better not step out of line.
Back on you.
Okay, I hope today you have enjoyed a little bit of these rivers, mountains, and good friends. There's so many opportunities to pick up the phone and call somebody you hadn't seen in a while. Say, hey, let's just ride up in the mountains. It's not a big deal. You don't have to get all dressed up. You don't have to get your hair all gussied up. Just get in the car and go to the mountains. And again, check out Bryson City, check out Cherokee, check out the places you went as a child, but know that there are a lot of folks up there that are still recovering from damage from storms. And every single time I watch YouTube with people who are opening their businesses back up, one was a putt-putt golf course. You think about that. Would you think about that being damaged by a storm? Yeah, it was, and he had to rebuild the whole thing. So if you're out and about and you have an opportunity, check out the towns in the Carolinas that are recovering, trying to recover. It's going to take a while, complete recovery. Those mountains will never be the same. Those mountains will never, you know, the homes won't be rebuilt. They've learned some lessons now. They know that mudslides and homes who just disappeared, they vanished, and people disappeared. Don't let that happen to you today. Pick up the phone and call and say, hey, hadn't talked to you in a while, thinking about you, before you read their obituary and say, oh, I wish I'd called them. Take time to do it today. Today's a good day to just sit around and say, where could I go up in the mountains? And take the back roads. You know, the one thing that we didn't ford a creek. So my goal would be to find a creek where you could ford the creek, but not only ford the creek, it would be wonderful. It's not good for your wheels to park in the creek and have a picnic. That's not really good for your vehicle, but it would be really cool to do. So maybe set up a picnic table in the middle of the creek and just get your feet wet while you're having a picnic. But get out and enjoy these beautiful mountains, the beautiful streams, the beautiful, beautiful back roads, because the back roads of Georgia are something that is, quite honestly, nobody knows about it. Nobody knows about it. It's like Hamilton Gardens up at the Georgia Mountain Fair. How many of y'all sitting at home today knew or have been to Hamilton Gardens? Get out and enjoy it. You're going to get to see an interview in a couple of days with the lady who is responsible for curating all that beautiful stuff you see. And while you're walking and you're looking and you're oohing and ahhing, you can thank Catherine for it. So we're going to share her interview with you. And when you get to know her, you will understand that she doesn't just do this as a job. It is a labor of love. Choose something that you love and do well with it. We know somebody who chose what he loves, the mountains, the streams, and the people of these mountains. We're going to leave you today with one more of Dwight's songs, and you just sit back and you say, yeah, I knew him. Yeah, he gave me a ticket one time when he was a police officer. Yeah, I knew him. I pawned something at his pawn shop. Yeah, I knew him. I drove his school bus. There's something about the familiarity of these mountains, the people, the creeks, the streams, and the beautiful back roads. So get you a good CD, put it in your CD player, and hit the back roads. Here we go.
The bank says it's foreclosing and the pickup needs repair. The LP tank's on zero and my wheel is almost there. The hope I had left with you when you walked out the door, I would say things can't get worse, but I've been wrong before. The postman brought a letter. He said he needs my signature. He don't know you had to go and the way you left me here. I told him I don't love you, oh, but the Lord knows I still do. And he knows just what I feel inside and the things I'm going through. My brother said there's a bottle that'll make this go away. I could drink until it's over or until my dying day. I don't care anymore, and I could hope it don't get worse again, but I've been wrong before. Boss man called from work today. He left a message on my phone. I called in to talk to him to see what's going on. They're laying off across the plant employees by the score. I would say things can't get worse, but I've been wrong before. And I could turn to the bottle and make this go away. I could drink until it's over or until my dying day. I could do these things and tell myself I don't care anymore, and I could hope it don't get worse again, but I've been wrong before. The country's going straight to hell on a highway paved with hope. And if we keep playing